Another amazing week of Lego creations. As always, remember that all the builders and the articles mentioned in this video will be linked in the description down below for you to go and check them out. Welcome to a new episode of This Week in Brick. This week we start with some Microscale build. We are on the bobalug profile. We featured this profile, this page a few times already in the past, and we have a very beautiful Microscale village created by 3 members of bobalug, which are ABrickDreamer, Mandalorian Mech, and Lego Remat. Beautiful build. I really love the use of the new D snot bricks for those arches at the front. Of course, there's a lot of nice different other interesting details, but that's for sure the part that I like the most. Is a very clever usage of that part. Another very nice Microscale build is from ABrickDreamer. A very interesting build using that new 3D printed train that come with the recent Winter Village set, and with the same color scheme he built some wagons with regular Lego pieces following this locomotive with a nice little addition of a little bit of landscape all around. Very nice, and very nice contrast of color in the build as well. Next up, we have cathedralofbricks. Fantastic builds over here as always, with a new massive build based on the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship. So this is a massive tall build with all the main characters walking on top of this bridge, on top of some waterfall. You can look at this from the side especially, and you can understand how big this is. There's a lot of very interesting details. I love the details of the waterfall, some interesting parts usage there. There's some very nice elven architecture details, and as well some great rock work all around. Very good build with a lot of things that you can go and discover. Then we have gui.lego with a massive medieval display. This is a medieval fantasy diorama that has been built over 2 years, and here is put everything together. Is very nice. There's a lot of little things to discover and a lot of great texture. You can also go and find some images of some of this particular build separate from the whole display. Very cool. Then we move into some Star Wars stuff. We have legodarksteff with this very nice build inspired by Star Wars Battlefront 3. We have a very beautiful architecture over here, beautiful choice of color, and a selection of a lot of famous character all represented in this scene. But I have to say, really, the texture and the architectural choices here are very good. So excellent build by legodarksteff. Then we move on to some characters. We have Lego designer Mr. Maxwell with a very nice little mushroom, very fun character with big googly eyes, and also a use of those fairly recent new red leaves that came from the maple tree bonsai. Very nice one. Then we move on to fuzze.builds with a very interesting character. This is called Opcode Ivory. Very cool build, and all are Lego parts except, I think, for the t-shirt that come from some other toy. The rest are all Lego parts, and the more interesting part usage is those hips pieces that actually come from the arms of the Super Mario character Wario. So you can see here the character with some arm replacement. So very cool build over here. Then another page that for sure you need to check out if you don't know yet is legobuilds. So this is one of the official pages of Lego, where they always share a lot of interesting stuff, including some Mocs. And here we have some example of amazing parts usage with all the builders linked as well. So here we have Thomas Jenkins with a very cool crab. You can see the repurposed pods from the tiny plants and the lifeguard pieces over there at the front. We have these underwater scene, again by Thomas Jenkins, with some very interesting part usage there, in particular the two arms from Thanos there at the bottom as rocks. We have this very interesting build by Cole Black with using those DOS bracelet straps, as well as a lavender boat at the very top of the build. Another beautiful build here by Jonas Kramb, which is a build that we feature multiple times, the designer of the mushroom mouse, that using chopsticks there at the front for the beak over here. Then we have Thomas Jenkins again with this fly that use, of course, those very interesting wing pieces, but there is a large figure torso armor there at the bottom and an inside-out tire at the top. Very, very interesting. We have another Lego designer here, Wumi Ward, with this very interesting sea turtle that uses shoulder armor and martial tail there for the head of this sea turtle. And then we have Moko Bricks that is using this dragon tail for this animal over here. So a lot of very, very cool parts usage. We also have another great builder, Intert Builds, using the 3-leaf plant for the legs, and we also have a black hexagonal armor plate there for the wings of this penguin. Very, very cool. Now, moving on to the article section, mock of the week is the Ballerinas by Stensbylego on Tips and Bricks. We featured these some of these characters before, so these are some heroes and villains recreated in sort of ballerina style. We have Joker, we have Batman, we have Pennywise, we have the Hulk, and a few other characters in these dancing poses. So this is very, very, very cool. Go and check it out, and of course, go and check out the builder's profile as always. Moving on to New Elementary, we have an article by Thomas Jenkins that we mentioned just a moment ago, with some Mocs by Grantmasters, which is another great builder. So New Elementary sent him some Lego sets, some 3-in-1, some Animal Crossing, some One Piece, to get him inspired in building some Mocs. So here we have some very interesting giraffes in different scales. We have the gremlins in a very small scale. Perfect timing considering that one just came out as an official set. A lot of interesting stuff. We can use here the use of those snail pieces to create this pig. And I really love this Microscale colorful castle with those cherry blossom on the sides, some stairs, and that sort of book pieces for the roof. Very, very, very cool builds over here. Then let's move on to the Brothers Brick. There's a few interesting features over here. We have this nice build by Sam Andreas, aka Sseven Bricks. And the highlight here is definitely this motorbike coming out of the back. And then if we scroll into the article, we can also see where the inspiration comes from for some of these builds. And I have to say that building a motorcycle out of Lego is actually quite challenging. So it's always interesting to see how the builders come out with, what the builders can come up with. Very, very interesting. Then we have Xhieng Xu with a build from the Pixar movie Up, using parts from the creator set, the teddy bear. It's not an complete alternate model, but some parts from the set has been used over here, and this is very, very, very cool. And also parts from this 3-in-1 bunny has been used to create this Bao Long, which is a creature who eats carrot. I'm not familiar with that, but definitely a very, very cool build. Next up, we have a massive display. This is by two German afols, Andreas Petau, Feanor, and Larsvader. I'm gonna share later on the video as well about half of these massive display. So you can go and check out. There's a few videos and picture of all the different parts of this mock, and in particular this left part of the build, which is this wolf-shaped mountain peak, really remind me of a build that we saw last year, made from a collaboration of two Lego designers, which was the fire-breathing fortress, where we have this castle on top of this dragon-shaped rock formation. That was very, very cool. Maybe one of the best build of 2024. Now, moving on to Brick Nerd, we have a few interesting articles. We have this article about sorting by Geneva D. This is something I always found interesting because I realized that a lot of builders have many different ways of sorting their collection, not just in terms of parts or color, but also in the way that they are categorized and also the types of containers that has been used. Everybody do it in a different way. There's no right and wrong. Everybody need to find his own way, but it's always very interesting to see what other builders do, and maybe you can get some ideas also for your own parts inventory. Then we have another article. This is by a guest written by it's a guest article by Casey McCoy. I think this was featured before, but has been reposted. And this advice on how to build the builder's block. This is something that can happen to everybody. So there are some very interesting and good tips here on what to do when you are a little bit stuck and you don't know how to move forward with your projects. Then here we have an article by Dave from Brick Nerd about creation for charity and what it means, and we have an interview here with Nannan, which is the man behind this creation for charity for 17 years, if I'm not wrong. And you can go and check out the official page. The donation of Mocs are open, so new Mocs will be uploaded from now on for all this month, and you can already go and start to purchase some of these very cool creations and support creations for charity. As for the contest section, not much to highlight this week, but we have a new contest on Lego Ideas, a new challenge, I should say, which is Halloween themed. So go and check it out if you are looking for some idea on what to build and you want to participate to a cool contest with cool prizes. Now, moving on YouTube, let's start from the familiar faces. We have Rocco J. Butler with another update on the massive ancient Rome layout. And I think the third phase will be displayed at the end of the month in Rome. Would love to see that, but I'm not going to have that opportunity. Hopefully one day I will see the food project somewhere. Anyway, always very cool to see these amazing microscale builds. Of course, Bob Brickman with a new update on the new factory expansion. This is a video in German, so I also cannot understand what it says. Maybe you can get the subtitles sometimes, but I always love to see, no matter what, no matter the language, it's always a pleasure to see all these expansion and techniques. Then another great build is by Mitch Builds, which is building these Blastoise. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. And there's some very interesting parts usage. I love in particular how the head of this character has been created. Anyway, here there is a step-by-step tutorial on how this character came together. Very, very cool. Then a new channel that I just discovered, Dragon Bricks. There is this video with some very useful advice on how to build better Mocs. So if you are beginning your journey into Moc building, here you can find definitely some very useful tips. So go and check it out. Keep an eye out on this channel. Then we talk about that massive build before. So here we have the video by Feanor, another small channel, but keep an eye out, with a little bit of an overview of each part of that massive diorama. Very, very cool. On my channel, I have a little video this week with an alternate model of the exotic parrot 3-in-1 set. I built a small little spaceship with some little alien landscape. And I added 2 parts to that set, that is the little space dog and the windscreen, so that I could create this alternate model. I also have a behind the scene video for members only, so if you want to check it out, there is my membership program over there. And if you like my content, please consider to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, or go and check out one of the previous episodes of This Week in Bricks. And here you can find the latest one link on screen. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.